Today's tutorial is inspired by Unicorn Island by Zaha Hadid architects. In this episode, I will focus mainly on this building and I will try to create all the SubD details of the building, including also the pattern that comes in the middle. And also, I will try to create all the layers, all the landscape, everything related to this building. Please let me know in the comments if you are interested in the whole master plan, and I will try to include it in one of the upcoming episodes. Welcome to day 15 of 30 scripts in 30 days. We are officially halfway through the series. Before we start, I would like to say a special thanks for my Patreon supporters, and if you are interested to have any file from this series, you will find it on my Patreon shop. Let's start. So the first thing, I'm going to start from a torus and I'm going to create something like this. Probably in this case, I'm going to work on the Y direction. I'm going to start with probably something like this and then something like this. I'm not going to focus so much on the accuracy, but I'm just going to uh, focus on getting most of the details right, or like similar to the design that we are going to see. After that, I'm going to probably like scale this a little bit, something like this, and probably something like this. Maybe after that, I want to select probably some of these edges. So I'm going to select this and maybe this one also, and I'm going to raise it up. And the reason for that is to create this kind of shape. And when you look in here, you can see that you have some kind of like fluidity, but it's not like too much. So you will get something closer like this, maybe even a little bit more. So just, something like that. After that, I'll try to raise this up and this will give me something like this, which is kind of closer to what we have in this side. That's kind of good. But after that, when I try to create the other side, which you can see that this is go to the ground and then go up again. So that's a problem because right now the amount of subdivisions that I have is not going to allow it. Once I raise this, you can see that I don't have enough subdivisions to rest this on the ground. So I'm going to probably select this and undo, and maybe even undo this one, and then I'm going to select all of it, and then I will add one more subdivide. So right now I should have something like this, and right now this curve is basically the 0, and maybe I should grab either this one. For now, I'm going to grab all those three, and then I'm going to gumbo relocate and probably just flatten them on the ground. So I should have something like this. Probably for now, I'm going to crease, and then maybe even I'm going to remove this. I'm not interested in it. So to simplify the process a little bit, and then I'm going to raise this up to here. Maybe in this case, I'm not interested in this one in the middle, and even in this one in the interior edge. So it's something like this. And probably I'm going to raise this a little bit more. So it's something like that from this side. And from this side, I'm going to raise both those, maybe even all of them, something like this a little bit. Just make sure to keep one flat surface in here. And then I'm going to remove those two and then raise a little bit more. And then I'm going to select the edge in the middle and raise a little bit more. So the whole thing is going to be raised to something like this, which is kind of what we need. Maybe in here it's too much, so maybe I'll just try to drag those a little bit, and maybe even this one a little bit. So this is great, but right now we have too many subdivisions in here, so I believe right now maybe I should delete some of them. So I'm going to delete maybe all of this, maybe not all of this. I'm going to remove this. Actually, I'm going to keep this and remove this, and probably this one not so much. Maybe this one also not so much. Yes, I think that right now it's good. I'm not interested to have too many elements. And right now I want to create this kind of middle void that like the button goes all the way to this kind of circle in the middle. So to do that, I'm going to simply extract this one. So I'm going to extract it and separate it and then hide it for now. And then I'm going to select all of these faces and I'm going to Gumbo relocate, and I'm going to probably make it to here so it's all of them on the 0 level, and then I'm going to scale them anywhere so it's something like this, maybe even a little bit closer to a circle. And actually, to make it a perfect circle, I'm going to go here and draw a circle, something like this, and then I'm going to align all of these to curve, and I'm going to select this curve to align everything to it. So that's great. After that, I'm going to delete my circle. I'm not interested in it. And then maybe you can try to see, yeah, I think in this case, maybe we can drag this a little bit, maybe not like that, a little bit something like this. And maybe we can just grab everything a little bit toward this side or not. It depends. I believe maybe something like this. Yeah, for now I'm going to keep it like that, but maybe I'm going to just push it a little bit, something like this. I don't want it to be exactly in the middle, and maybe this one also, this edge down there, I'm going to push it a little bit, something like this. So it's kind of coming from here and then moving all the way. But here's the thing. I'm going to crease this, and because I want to separate this later and work on it for the parametric pattern that is happening in here. But here's a thing that you should understand about something like this. When you look at it, if I go to the SubD creases and just remove them from the view, you can see that it's noticeably not blended, and I want it to be blended like this with the surface or with the topology of the SubD. And to do that, you need to make sure that this edge and this edge are going to be flat, or at least on the same orientation and on the same topology level. So I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to Gumbo relocate, and I'm going to select this point in the middle and then flatten them. So this way you can see, if you go to the rendered again, you can see that everything is blended seamlessly, even though there is a crease in the middle. So right now, if you select all of these and then separate all of these, even though they are separated, they are still one, the topology of them are one, which is really, really important in this case. Right now, I will keep them connected. Probably we can change it later, but I think right now this is good. Maybe in this case, we can select this, and it is already flat. Maybe I should just make it a little bit up, so it will be a little bit sharper. This is before, and when you move it up a little bit closer to this edge, it will be a little bit more sharp. It depends. So this is great. And after that, I want to pay attention to the middle part and I want to figure out the glass, and also I want to figure out the ground for something like this, because it's going to be really, really important. For now, maybe I should try to create something in here. So I'm going to grab something like this, and I'm going to extract it or copy it, okay, and then I'm going to move it vertically from here to here, probably something like this, and then I'm going to select all of it, and then I'm going to scale it probably a little bit in this direction and a little bit in this direction. Maybe not. Actually, I'm going to scale it in one direction, something like this. I don't want to scale it in all directions. And probably right now I will try to select this and isolate, and then I want to fill this. And right now I have two options to fill this. Either I can simply select all of these edges, double click on them, and then fill SubD hole, and right now it's automatic, so it will try to create something like this, which is good. But sometimes you want to create some kind of parametric pattern or something that is going from one direction to the other. So I believe you can fill them manually. So for example, I'm going to remove those two and those two, and then I'm going to bridge. And after bridging, right now I'm going to bridge and make sure this is two. And then I'm going to stitch those 2 points. So I'm going to stitch this toward here, and then I'm going to stitch this toward here. So right now I should have something like this. So if I, for some reason, wanted to create a parametric pattern for like this will host a parametric pattern, then I can try to make something that goes from this direction to this direction with quad panels or quad subdivisions. So it should be something like this, or it depends on your own approach. If you want it to be starry, like all of them goes toward the middle, then that's great. But if you want this approach, then this is great. For now, I will keep it this way. And let's go back to what we are doing. After that, I want to figure out how to create this very interesting element in here, because it's kind of coming like beneath this level, which is going to be a little bit tricky because I want to create the stairs, but the stairs kind of blend with this element and then go back to becoming stairs in this side. So this is going to be, some kind of tricky. But let's try anyway. So right now, this element, if I understand correctly, it's going to be starting from this. So first of all, I want this, if I understand correctly, this is a little bit far. So I'll try to make this larger. So it will be probably something like this. And even maybe try to make it, let's see. Let's first of all join those together, because right now they are separate. Maybe crease, okay, and maybe even try to probably make go outside like this, slide them. So I'm going to slide probably to something like this. So I should have something like that, which is cool, I think, because right now it's away from this side and it's away from this side. So this is good. And I don't like these. Let me try to fix that, because right now they look like they are super sharp in here, and maybe if there's I will try to find another view for this. Maybe I want to see this back facade. Yes, I think it's kind of good in this direction. Yeah, let's go back to this. Okay, so basically what I want to do is just make this a little bit like upper, because right now this doesn't seem good. I will just join those and join them creasely, okay, and then I'm going to raise this. Actually, I'm going to slide this. So I'm going to slide this somewhere here, proportionally, of course, and even a little bit more. So something like this. Yeah, I think this, maybe it's too much. Yes, right now it's good. And I'm going to slide this like extremely. So I'm going to slide it at least to here, like very, very extreme. I'm going to say negative 0.8, like something very, very sharp, something like this. I believe now this is kind of good. Maybe in this case, this will be lowered. Let's see, or not. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I don't want to spend a lot of time just adjusting these elements. And I'm going to slide those towards here somewhere. So probably the glass will be, maybe not this one. I'm going to click on all of these, but right now I'm going to just eliminate those. I'm going to slide only those. So right now if I slide this, so for example, the glass might be starting from here. Maybe this is a good idea to for the glass to start from this direction or from this element. So yeah, let's create the glass. Let's focus on the glass for now. I'm going to select this and I'm going to just extrude it. Probably first I'm going to select all of these elements, and then I'm going to add another edge in the middle and I'm going to crease it, and then I'm going to select those and probably, let's see, let's say that I'm going to gumbo relocate and then probably to this point and then raise it a little bit. So when I flatten them, to something like this and then move it vertically from here to here, it will not be as bad. So for example, if I just select all of these and remove them, I should have something similar to this as the glass, or as the surface that will host the glass later. So this might be good, probably. And after that, maybe yeah, I think because the glass, this part is a little bit cantilevered, and this is not as much, so I think right now it's kind of good. You can control how wide or how big this is, but for now I'm happy with this. Let's show. And right now is the tricky part, because I want to create this kind of entrance and I'm not sure yet how. So let's see. The first thing I want to do is to first of all create like a thickness for this. So I'm going to lower this down, and I'm going to lower it at least probably 3 meters. So because I want to have some kind of entrance in here. And maybe in this case I'm going to make this a little bit wider, but wider in one direction. So I'm going to relocate, and then I'm going to scale this a little bit. So this side will be wider, and this side will be almost the same. So probably something like this. And right now I need to figure this part out. So I believe right now I don't have enough subdivisions, because if I raised this part up like this, it's just not good. I need more subdivisions in this. So I'm probably going to extract this, and I'm going to need to create like at least 4 and 4 faces, because I want to have some kind of steps. So maybe I should first, let's subdivide this, and then I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to create another let's say 0.2, and then I'm going to delete this one in the middle. And right now I'm going to select 1 2 3 4 and Gamba relocate, and then I'm going to go to the middle probably, and then flatten. So this way, when you are creating, if I selected this and this increased, you can see that the stairs are going to be in this zone, and then they are somehow going to be blended back to those to the original surface. And I believe it will happen on the other side also. So I'm going to go to this side, and I'm going to create something in here. So I'm going to go to those, probably 4, and Gamba relocate, and then I'm going to go to the middle and just flatten this. So right now the steps are going for this level, and then for like from this level to this kind of step, and then go up. So if I look closely and go to the rendered, like this is fully flat, or fully like blended with the concept, and then the original shape is like we will have those kind of landing zones or landing areas. Right now the steps themselves are going to be interesting, because I want to create a step from here. Like let's isolate this for a second. I want to create 5 steps on this zone, and the easiest way to create this is, first of all, I'm going to extract this, and then I'm going to create an extrusion for this a little bit, and extract it also. So right now, if I deleted this and then made this again, like lofted this or bridged this again, I can add the 5 steps that I'm interested in, and then I can separate them. I'm not interested in this anymore. This was just helping. And then I'm going to select those and just extract and extract and extract. So right now I have those, and then I believe in this case I'm going to select those 4 and Gamba relocate, and then just flatten those, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to flatten those also, and again So right now, if you look at this, you can see that the stairs are going to be flat and usable in this zone, which is the entrance zone, and then they will blend back to the original surface with something like this. And if you notice closely, you can see it in here. I believe if I see an image, maybe in here, yeah, you can hopefully see it in some of these. uh, I'll try to find another picture. Yeah, you can see it in here in some of these areas that it's kind of stairs and usable in here, and then they blend to here. And by the way, when they blend, you can see that the panels are getting like unified. But that's not the point for this one. Let's not focus on that. So right now this is good. I want to do it for all the other zones, so I'm going to do them quickly. So I'm going to do the same in here, but in this case I'm going to push this down, okay? And then I'm going to extract this, and I'm going to do the same. So just I'm going to delete this and do the same. I believe on the other side, which is the shorter side, I might only try to create only two, because I think this way is not like as expanded as the other one. So maybe in this side I will try to make it just simpler, so probably only two. So I'm going to relocate and do the same. Okay, so right now when you look at this, you can see that it's less aggressive in this side, but it's more stretched and extended in this side. So it's hopefully it's something good. And then I'm going to delete this lower part. I'm not interested in it. And then I'm going to show. And right now is the tricky part. So if I go to the shaded and look closely to this, I will see that it's starting from here, and then it grows all the way to here, and then start to blend back to the stairs. And probably I think in this case this is the lowest stair, or the lowest step. And for now I'm going to lock, like select all of this and ignore only the last one, and then lock those, maybe even lock those also, so nothing will move, only this one will move. And let's see, so if for some reason I try to move those from here, probably all the way up to here, and maybe this one I'm going to actually I will try to move those also, so probably those might be toward the middle, and this one I'm going to crease it. So I will start my movement from here, and probably the movement will end in here, so this one will be creased. But this point is going to be moved from here probably all the way up to like this point, and even more probably. So I'm going to try to move it somewhere here, and then this will create this kind of effect. If I go to the shaded, probably let's see the boundaries. So I will have this kind of movement. I don't think this is good. Let me just double check. Yeah, because it's a little bit starting to grow in this zone. So let's say that, let's ignore this for a second, and let's go to the shaded. Maybe you can see it better in here. Let's say for now I'm going to try to just move this up to something like this. so it will start to move from this direction. I'm not sure about this one, so maybe I should lower this back from this vertex to this vertex, and in this case I'm going to remove any creases in here, and I'm going to add the crease in here instead, so it will start from this zone and then grow to all of these. Maybe this one will go a little bit lower, so it will start from here, and then all of these are going to go to somewhere here. And maybe in this case I'm going to move this from here to somewhere here, so this will go start like very fast or very rapidly, and it will go outside a little bit, something like this, so it will blend back to the stair or to the step itself. Maybe this one also a little bit toward here, so it's something like this. I believe right now this is, hopefully this is good, but right now I will try to fix all of these like insider ones. So the first thing I want to do is maybe create an offset SubD for this. Let's see. So if I set offset SubD, and of course I want it to be toward the inside, and in this case the offset, let's say, is going to be 0.5 maybe, and solid, so yes. So right now I should have something like this. If I go to the rendered, that's not good, or is it? Let's try again. I'm going to create an offset SubD toward this side. I don't want both sides. Yes, this makes sense. And yes, this makes much more sense. I believe in this case maybe we can just flatten maybe those for now. So I'm going to come to something like this and then Gumbo relocate and then flatten this part just for it to make a little bit more sense. And then I want to fix this part. So I'm going to grab all of these. First of all, I'm going to hide this for a second, and then I'm going to unlock all of these, and then I want to fix all of that. So first thing I want to do is to add more subdivisions to this so it will fit perfectly with this. So if something is moving, this will move with it. And after that I will try to let's show and let's lock this for a second, and let's see what we can do about this part. So firstly I want to select all of these and just add an inset a little bit, because I don't want the inside bar to move, but maybe like this exterior vertice to move. So for now I'll say 1 maybe. So I will have something like this, and then I will maybe extract it, and then I will join it, but I will join it to be creased. So I will have this kind of outline for this. So if I moved something like this, probably if I selected all of these vertices and somehow shrink all of them to something very tiny and move it from here to the inside of this, or maybe even to somewhere in here. So right now you can see that I kind of blended this part open toward this. So let's, if I go to the rendered, you can see that this part is blended, this part is coming from here, and it's kind of representing what we have, what we need to do about this. Maybe is not as perfect, of course, as the original design, but it's something to work from or to start from, which is very important step. After that, I think I am interested to make thicknesses for all of these steps and stairs and everything. So I'm going to select all of these and just try to give them all a offset SubD. And for now, all of them are pointing upward. So I'm going to flip them all and then say, okay. So I should have probably something like this. It's not perfect. It's not perfect at all, but I think it's good for something for a quick modeling. And one more thing, I believe this is too harsh, so I have multiple options. Either I made a soft crease, and in this case I would say probably 50, so I will have something like soft like this, but it's not like very harsh. Or I can add more subdivisions, but I think for now I'm going to keep it this way, and I'm really happy with this for now. So I believe right now I can just select those and isolate and start to um, probably make I want to reflect all of these because I want to also unlock, and also I'm going to this one, yes, actually I'm going to do all of them, or I think it will be let's try it. Let's try to do all of them at once. Yeah, I can't. So the easiest way is to just delete this, and I believe mirror this. So right now everything is good, hopefully, and then I'm going to select those and join, make sure the join is smooth, and I'm going to do them one by one, just like that. I believe this way is easier than reflecting, probably, or you can reflect, it depends, but yeah, this way is faster. So right now I have like something like this, which is kind of cool. After that, I'm going to show, and I want to start working a little bit either on the landscape or on the details of this. But for now, I'm interested more on the landscape because there are some interesting features with these. So for now, I'm going to try to create this surrounding landscape. And if I go to the shaded and try to create something like this and push it downward to here and move it vertically from here to probably this point, but then I will lower it to 3, which I believe that was the original number, and maybe I should push this a little bit and this a little bit. I want to start from this point probably, but I think, yes, I think this will work. And after that you can just fill this part again. So I'm going to fill this exactly how I made the original one, but maybe in this case I will just do something really quick like this, and then let's show. I believe this needs to be extended a little bit more, so let's try to see how much. Yes, probably something like this, kind of. Maybe not like so much in this zone, so I will eliminate those and then Gamba relocate and then reduce this a little bit, not as much probably. And then I want somehow to create like this in here. So to create that, I want, yeah, I think I can just simply select an edge like this and then start to modify it, probably reduce it a little bit and then pull it back, something like this. Maybe in this case I will just try to create something with it. So right now I'm going to say this will be 3 and this will be 1.5, so it's not as much. So right now I'm moving like from a level to a level, but I think this is too big, so maybe we should reduce it. So I'm going to grab this and just try to do something like this, and maybe even um yeah, I think right now this is actually it's too small. I'm not sure. Let's try to flatten this and flatten this. This is good. I mean, flatten it in like this axis and maybe a little bit. Yes, I believe right now if you look closely you can see that there is like something moving around in the internal landscape, and I want to create this, but also I want to create this because I want to create like, if we look a little bit zoomed out, we have something in the ground, and we have something surrounding to this. So let's try to create all of these. Maybe this is like too far. I'm going to like make it a little bit closer to this, something like that. And okay, right now I believe we have something in here, so I'm going to grab the ring in here, and I'm going to add something in the middle. And because I want to keep a little bit of space around the building, and then this space I'm going to create the landscape, but the landscape starting from here and then go all the way up to here, but then it's still it kind of blends a little bit and go to part of this. So to create that, I'm going to create a something in here. I'm going to draw on this to be something like this, and then maybe I want to blend this somehow, so I'm going to figure out a way. Probably I'm going to stitch those two to somewhere in the middle. So when I select this, it will select all of these, but I'm not interested in those. I'm only interested in those. And then if I did an insert in them and then extracted them, I should have something that is going from this all the way up to here and kind of surrounding everything. And then I can add a little bit of details, but let's look at it in here. Yes, it's kind of what we want. Maybe we can adjust some of these vertices manually, so probably something like this, so it will start like thin and then start to grow at some of these points. So probably I'm going to eye this a little bit so it starts to get wider. But then I want right now I want, if we go to here and select all of these, I want all of them to be just flat, and then I want those to start having some kind of volume or some kind of details. So I believe in this case I might select all of these right now, like all of these, and maybe add some kind of extrusion a little bit, not so much. And I'm going to extract this upper face, and then I'm going to join it again. And in this case, it will be creased. So if you look closely to something like this, you can see that you kind of started to create some kind of a volume in here. Maybe if you want to smooth it, you can just select all of these, not smooth it so much. So maybe you can just select, let's select all of the interior and exterior ones, and then why it doesn't select the exterior ones? Oh, they are separate. So let's join everything creasely, and then I'm going to select the interior and the exterior ones, and I'm going to say 50, so it's not as sharp but it's not smooth, so something like that. Or you can just make it fully smooth and just make it like this, but I don't think this is a good idea. Probably mm, maybe 30, it's like as smooth but not as smooth, it depends. So something like this is really good. And I believe after that you can just select, let's see how this greenery is been done. So if I understand correctly, this part is a little bit lowered, so it's sloped, it's not like flat. So if I understand correctly, this part right here, all of these edges and all of these edges, maybe with those edges also, I'm not sure. Yeah, for now I'm going to lower these. So I'm going to lower these probably to 3 meters, maybe something like this. I believe this is getting a little bit more interesting. And maybe this something happening in the other side. Actually, the other side looks flat. I believe this one is like moving all the way to some of these zones. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be something like this, and I'm going to lower this to something like this, which is not as bad. Actually, I'm going to lower also these. So 3. So right now this looks kind of interesting, hopefully. And after that, I'm going to make, let's look again. This is going this way, but then this is going this way. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's try to do it. So right now I have this, and I'm interested to have something going from here, and maybe let's let's just improvise at this point and create like something very small from this. I'm going to scale 1D from here to here, and then just probably do something like this, and then like this is close to here, and then I'm going to extrude again, like start to grab something from this, and it will start to move this way. But I'm interested to see the creases, because right now the creases are important, because you can see that the creases, like this is fully smooth, which is not exactly what I want. I want to have some kind of movement in this, and maybe I'm not interested to have these faces, but I'm interested to have some creases. So I'm going to select, if I go to the shaded, I'm going to select all of these edges, okay? And if I added a soft crease, this is 30, but this is 0, so I'm going to add 30 again. And let's look at this in the rendered. You can see that it's matching. Even if you eliminate this, it's matching the same flow, which is good. And then I'm going to probably I'm going to lower this to 3 meters also, so this is moving probably the same. Maybe even this, I'm going to lower this to 3. So this is kind of interesting, hopefully. Let's look again. I'm not sure about the ratio of the building. I feel like the building in here is a little bit stretched. So I'm not sure at this point if I should stretch the building. But for now, I'm going to just select the building itself, and maybe Gumber relocate, and then I'm going to just maybe do something a little bit like this. Yeah, it's something closer to the building, probably. And I believe in this case we can. I'm interested to create this kind of lower level. So let's see if we can, like all of these water features. I believe they will be like really interesting. So to do that, I think this we need to create some kind of filling around this. So right now I might just select maybe from here to here. Probably I like all of these edges, which are like exterior edges at this point, and then I'm going to extrude, and right now it's extruding in the V direction. I want it to extrude in the N direction, which is the normal direction, and right now it's doing something like this, which is good, but I want to fix all of that, so I'm going to select all of this and probably Gumber relocate. Maybe not Gumber relocate, let's just extract first, and then probably Gumber relocate. And let's see if I just flatten this. Yes, this is like moving from this right here, and yeah, it's going a little bit to be in the lower level in here. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but it's just like we are trying to create some kind of water feature lowered in this level. Maybe even in this case it's going to be a little bit more lowered, because I feel like this is maybe there's some kind of level between these. I'm not sure. Maybe let's try to lower it 3 meters or not. Okay, for now I don't want to make things like very complex, so I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to add some of the water features, but let's work on it in here. So I'm going to say first 1 maybe. Okay, but then I will eliminate the first elements in here, and then I'm going to say add more 1, and then I'm going to eliminate the first element, and then I'm going to say 1, and let's see if we like array like did something like this, and then I'm going to do those and then extract them, and then I'm going to do those. Before we do that, I want to fix this part because it looks bad, so I'm going to stitch this just to avoid any issue in this zone, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to select those with this and then this, and I'm going to extract. So right now if I look, let's first of all extrude this. I'm going to extrude it to 0.2 probably. Actually 0.2 is too tiny, so I'm going to say 0.5, and I'm going to move it 0.5, and then I'm going to extrude this 0.5, and I'm going to move both 0.5, and then I'm going to extrude this 0.5, and let's see what you have done. Yes, we kind of created some kind of like multiple levels or multiple forms for something like this, maybe like something like this, but it's not as perfect. I believe in this case we can just maybe try to, I'm going to select those, and I'm going to select those in the shaded, and I'm going to select those, and I'm going to extract. So right now I should have something like this. I'm not interested in this one in the interior because it's not creating something good. Yes, I want it to be flat. Maybe even delete this one also. So I should have like multiple levels like this, and maybe I should add like water because they are flat right now. I should add water for these probably. Yeah, I think the design, you can take it more and more to like to create like as many elements as you want. So probably I think in this case I'm interested to create something in here. So I will try to create, let's try just to like grab those two art here so it's not as much. Maybe something like this actually looks great. And I'm interested to create, let's grab those, not this one, and just make it closer. Yes, and in this case I'm interested to create like something in here. So probably let's try to get this one, and yes, something like this. I'm only interested in this one above, so I'm going to grab it and I'm going to delete those, and I'm going to move those vertically from here to probably any point here, and I'm going to rotate this somehow like this, and I'm going to scale it 1D from here to here and do something like this, and I'm going to scale it 1D of course from here to the mid and just shrink it a little bit and just move it somewhere, and I'm going to select all of this and scale. Actually I'm going to scale it in place a little bit, something like this, and I'm going to move it from here to here, so I will get this kind of shape, which is you can see a lot in a lot of designs, especially fluid designs. I believe right now this is great because right now I can simply select all of these elements and then add as many details as I want. So right now, if for example there is like a walking path, and then there's this white edge, and then there's a water edge, and then there's multiple green elements in the middle. So I believe right now we can just select those, and let's say that I want to bridge maybe two. Okay, and then I'm going to select those two elements and just stitch this one to here and this one to here, something like this, and then I'm going to probably like eliminate this and make this the greenery. So right now I have multiple green elements, so I'm going to make this, let's say 2. So actually 2 is, maybe I should just manually scale it and then extract, and then I'm going to select those and then say 5, something like this, and extract. So I should have probably multiple green elements in here. And I believe maybe we can just try to make a water feature in this zone. For now I would say 2, maybe 3. So if I extracted this, I should have like a water feature in here. Probably in this case I'm going to extract this and add a curve in the middle for this one, and just make it proportional in the middle. And then I'm going to make it crease and just left it like 0.3 or something very tiny. But in rendered I should have like very soft element in here, something like this. And let's start to add some materials. Maybe it will help us visualize what we are working with. So right now I will try to create custom. All the materials are just going to be colors for now. I'm not interested to like look for something specific. So right now I'm going to try to make this similar to that and assign it to this object. Actually this is like too aggressive, so maybe something like this, a little bit lighter probably. And then this one I'm going to make luster actually, and keep it white and assign it to object. And this one I'm going to make it probably a water, but actually I'm going to make it just plasticky, and then try to give it a, let's see what the color of the water in here. It's kind of like a little bit like this, but like more darker kind of variation. So I'm going to add this to here, kind of, yeah, actually this makes more sense. And then we can add multiple green elements. So I believe in this case we can add, maybe in this case I'm going to join those creasely, and I'm interested to scale this one down a little bit because I feel like it's too much. And then I'm going to extract this. And by the way, it's really important to understand something for green elements. So for example, if I want to select like probably those two, and then I'm going to custom and assign to objects, and then try to create something probably greenish, maybe something I think dark green. And then I'm going to make it, let's look at it in here, probably something like closer to this side a little bit, maybe something like this. Okay, and I believe in this case you can just duplicate this. I'm going to assign like, first of all I'm going to duplicate, and then this one I'm going to maybe slightly make it a little bit darker, so something like this. And I'm going to pick those and assign to objects, so you will have something a little bit darker like this, um, maybe even a little bit more obvious. And the point is that in the rendering software, whether it's D5 or Lumion or whatever you are using, you will give both grass, but then when you are scattering using the scatter tool, you will scatter only one of those, so you will end up with the results similar to this. So you have like special zone of like bushes or like flowers or something like that, and then the other one is purely just grass. And this will happen also for this one. So we are going to get to this one, and right now I'm interested to select only those middle faces all the way to here, and I'm going to extract this. And then I'm going to for now isolate it because I want to add something to it. So I'm going to select going to something like this and going all the way to the end. Let's look at this to here. I believe it's if you look like you can notice that this is moving all the way from like from here and then it's kind of moving and spreading a little bit all the way toward the end. So maybe we can add a like probably something proportional, maybe on the middle, kind of. I'm not 100% sure, but for now I'm not interested to have those because those will be like too narrow. So I'm going to slide this. I'm going to slide those all the way to here, so they are like blended this way. And maybe in this case also I'm going to slide this all the way to here. So whatever we are creating, it's basically going to be on this zone. And then I'm going to add like a very tiny small surface inside. So right now, once I extract, I can simply give this one like this assigned object, and then this one assigned to object. So when I look at this, if I go to the rendered mode, I will see something like this, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And yes, this is great so far. I can simply select those and probably add the water to them. So I will have something kind of like this. And I'm interested also to have this kind of goldish surface around. So I have multiple options for this. The first one is to create, let's see, how can we figure this out without actually ruining the topology of this. I think right now we can just focus a little bit on this element, because I believe landscape wise we can add more and more, and this is right now is a good amount of landscape probably. But right now I want to focus back on the building itself. I believe these are some kind of like concrete, or let's right now group everything in here. And not this one. I'm going to group except this one. Actually, I'm going to get all of these and then group. And right now I'm going to give them a custom, and then probably grayish material assigned to objects, so they are a little bit darker like this. Maybe for now I'm interested to see all of this without creases, so you can see, and without boundaries also, so you can see what we have achieved or what we have done and what we can do even more. I believe right now these are too much, so I'm considering selecting all of these and all of these, and then stitching all of them. I'm not sure. Or selecting just the inner one and deleting it, so you will have something like this. And then probably if we like select this and make it smoother, so this way we will have something like smooth but not like as aggressive or as sharp as the other elements. I might think it's kind of similar to what we have in here, but you know, it's not as perfect. I believe in this case we can just select all of these edges, and let's see where they are heading. I'm going to select all of them all the way to here. I'm going to remove this, and maybe to here only, and then I'm going to add crease, and let's see. Yes, this crease looks way much interesting. I'm not interested in any crease in here, so I'm going to remove this crease. And let's see this. Where is this crease going? So yes, this crease is going all the way to here. I believe for now this is good. I'm not interested to make things more complicated. And right now I will focus just on the building. And there are two options to create this. So I'm going to isolate this for now. And then I'm going to grab a copy of it somewhere here. So I'm going to say probably 50, something like this. And I'm going to go to the shaded. And right now I'm going to grab another copy and say 50. And right now I'm going to transform them to nerves. So two nerves have multiple options for SubD. So right now I'm going to delete the input, of course, but if this is backed, then uh, the results will be something like this, which is kind of creating like a single surface. So for example, this is one surface, which is something that is going to save us a lot of time to figure to figure things out for it. Or if you are interested to have separate surfaces, then you can simply select something like this and then to NURBS again. But this way, go to here and then make sure the faces are unbacked. Then this is the results for it, which is our separate faces and separate surfaces, and you can deal with them however you want. So it depends on your own approach for something like this. So for now, I'm going to focus on this because this is easier to deal with. And right now I'm going to delete this and I'm going to focus on this. And right now I want to select this and explode. And once I explode, I can just simply select something like this and I'm going to grasshopper. And right now I want to figure something out for this. So I'm going to grab the surface and just set one surface. Okay, and I'm going to hide this for a second. And after that, I'm going to, let's say I'm going to create a triangle. So I'm going to create something like this, and let's see if this is a good idea. So right now it's vertical, I mean horizontal somehow. So even if I increase this number to 50 or like even this number, so it's good, but I want it to be moving on the other direction, not this direction. So to do that, I need to change the orientation of the surfaces. So right now I will get the ISO curves, and this is a custom component I created, and I explained it multiple times through this series. But it's basically grabbing your surfaces and grabbing a number and turn this number into multiple numbers, and like a range from 0 to a specific number, from 0 to 1 with a specific steps, and then turn them into numbers and using these numbers to extract the ISO curves and just trimming the tree to group them. So this is just as simple as this, and I'm going to add those to here and just make those probably 20 or something, and I will grab maybe those curves. Let's see. Yes, because of this, I think right now I am having an issue, which is I need to explode this cluster. Or in this case, I'm going to just grab those and just flatten in here. Flatten those or flatten those. Okay, I'm going to say yes. And I'm either selecting those, which is exactly what I want to select. And in this case, I'm going to increase this number to be a very high number. So this number is going to be like more intense like this. And I'm going to loft those. And right now I'm going to cull index because there is a duplicated curve in one of them. And so right now I'm going to say -1, which is the last one, and I'm going to loft like this, and let's see what we have so far. So we have something like this, and I'm going to close it. So I'm going to here and I'm going to close this loft, and let's add those to it. So I'm going to add this in here instead, and let's see if this is good. Yes, I believe right now it's moving in the right direction. Right now we can control how many elements, so probably in this case I'm going to increase this to add more, but be careful. Like for example, maybe we can make them into something like this, and this one is too much, so I'm going to keep this probably 20. I think 20 is more than enough in this direction, but in the other direction um, I want to have something like this. Actually it looks fine. Maybe 100 is too much. I'm going to say 70. Yes, kind of 70 is kind of what we want. So this is perfect. After that, I want to uh, first of all I want to make sure that they are sorted from top to bottom. And to make that, I need to make a partition list. So if I said partition list and I grabbed one of these numbers and then I said uh, tree branch. So right now I need the second number, so I'm selecting something like this, and let's enable this so we can see. Right now I'm selecting like a full branch except the last one, so I need to say in here x plus 1. So it's selecting a full branch, so it's sorting them like this, and I just want to make sure that all of them are moving from top to bottom. After that, I want to basically create a list. So right now, if I'm selecting this, and let's say that I'm going to flip the matrix. Maybe if I flipped the matrix, then I changed this to here. Right now, I'm selecting all of these. So this is good because right now, if I go to trim this tree, or maybe just flatten because they are only all of them like this. So if I flatten and then somehow I want to get list indices, all of the indices in here, so it's from 0 to all the way to all of this number, and then I'm going to get the bounds. So I'm going to get the start and the finish, and then I'm going to get a deconstruct domain. So I'm going to get the start and the finish, which is good, and then I want to get a number in between. So I'm going to tween those two numbers. So I'm going to tween two numbers, which are this one and this one, and I'm going to get a random number in between. So I'm going to say probably 0.25, something like this, and then it will give me a number, and that number matters because I want to create a series, and the series is going to have this number. And why did I do that? It's because basically if I lower this a little bit and say cull pattern or cull index, I'm basically removing these numbers from my list. So basically I'm removing those, but maybe in this case I want to randomize things a little bit. So just right here I'm going to say jitter, and this jitter I want it to be a little bit like right now it's too jittered, which is full, but right now I'll say 0.2 probably. So it's going to be jittered, like right now it's jittered, but it's not as much. So if I lower this number a little bit more, maybe increase it, something like this, but this number maybe I can just push those down. So this means that more solid on the top, and then a little bit of randomization, and then more transparent on the bottom. And this is good. Right now I can just select this and remove it, and then I'm going to select right now this is a cull index. I want to get a list item and use this in here with those. So this is like the reverse of this, which is good. And let me explain this one more time. Right now I have my list, and the list starting from the bottom all the way to from the top to the bottom, but then I reversed it so all of the top are on the same list, and then we can move on to all of the other lists, and then we flatten them. So if I removed some of the elements from the top, then I will get something like this. And that's it. Basically I can just basically right now select those lower elements and create a frame for them. Frame probably, and then let's see, I should have something like this. And yeah, I think right now this is great. Maybe this is too much, so I'm going to say 0.75, so it's a little bit bigger. I believe right now, if you look at the original design, there are like probably full, and then there are semi, and then there are, you know, something like that. So maybe we can try to do that, but in this case, we need to grab all of this again, maybe all of those, and then I'm going to add them to here, so this and this. And right now, if I understand correctly, we can grab one of these and add it to here, which is going to be this amount, and then we can grab another one in here and it will be a different amount. So this will be probably, let's say, 0.5, so it's something like this. But I think in this case we can reverse those numbers, so this one is 0.8 and this one is 0.6, maybe not 0.5. So when you look at all of this, you can have all of the elements, probably 0.5 in here, so it's a little bit thicker, and then when it comes to the ground, it's moving a little bit differently. Maybe in this case, I believe this is good for now. It's creating all the effects that we want, and then I will just merge whatever I have in here, or probably just bake it, may extract it in here and just bake those and just give them a solid number. So right now I'm going to just bake this and say yes, okay, and then I'm going to have probably the frames in here and in here, and I'm going to bake those also. Bake, yes, okay, and then I'm going to have the panels and I'm going to bake those, yes, okay. I believe right now, if I understand correctly, I should have something like this, and I'm going to give it some material. But first of all, let me just double check on the original design. So I believe the top of the original design have like a similar material. So let's see, let's try to split this somehow, because right now this is good, but it's not perfect as I hope. So maybe if I grab this and like copy it to 50 and join, and then I might just split this by this, so I should have two, kind of. This is great. And then I'm going to have this with this material, and right now this is like a metallic bronze, something like that, and I manipulated this a little bit and it's a little bit kind of rough, so it's not like fully polished but not fully rough, something like this. And then maybe we can select both of these and add another material, but maybe in this case I want it to be for now I will add just plastic normal and then assign it to those objects, but I want them to be maybe something like this, so it's not as intense. And probably after that I'm going to select all of these frames and grab something for them, so another custom, and assign it to them, and probably something dark like this. And then the glass itself are going to be plastic but a little bit transparent, and then assign it to those objects, and probably I think dark gray or something, so it's not as intense. And I believe right now this is kind of interesting. Maybe this one I will match it with this for now. And I believe right now we kind of created what we needed to create. Maybe this is too much for now. I will try to make it like probably something like this. Actually, it doesn't look good. Probably white, yeah. For now, you can try to create it however you want. And I believe right now this is good. I don't want to make the tutorial very long. I might just create something specific for this one, because I might want to blend with the surface, but it's not, for a quick concept or for a design like this. I believe this is more than enough for this design. Right now we can just select this and move it to another layer and just hide that layer. And then I'm going to group all of this and then just show everything and move it down to probably 50. Yes. And I think this one, I'm going to change object layer also for this one. So I believe right now this is really interesting. Maybe we can just add the glass in here, and I'm going to copy this or even isolate it for now, and I'm going to copy it 50 somewhere. I'm going to add this to this layer, change object layer, and this one I'm going to say to NURBS and delete object. Yes. So right now I should have something like this, which is something really quick. Actually, let's try again to NURBS, but make sure the faces are backed, so it's like one surface. And we are going to come to here, and then we are going to grab this surface, set one surface right here, and I'm going to hide this right now. Actually, let's add it to this layer, change object layer, and then I'm going to subdivide it. So I'm going to say parametric subdivide surface, which is this, and then I'm going to add range. So this is the range, and the range is going to affect this. So for now I'm going to say 20, which is a good number, and then I'm going to copy this, but the second one I want it to be only 1. I don't want more than that, so this is here. So right now, the more I increase this number, the more it will make sense. And to make it realistic number, I'm thinking that I'm going to get the edge period, and I'm going to join those. So right now I should have like a lower and bottom, like up and bottom edge. And just like that, I want to get a length from those. So I'm going to select one of them, probably the lower one. Perfect. And then I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to get the length. And the length is going to be like a very huge amount, so I'm going to divide it by a number. So right now let's assume that the panel is going to be 2 meter wide or something, so I'm going to divide it by 2 or 2.5, or depending on how big your panel is. So you should have something like this. Maybe right now for this tutorial I'm going to divide by 5 or like bigger number, so I'm going to say 3 at least, or 4. Yes, I think this number might be good enough for this. And after that, I want this to be, right now I have this, which is good, but I want to have like a frame, or maybe I can just add a, let's say, pipe. First of all, I'm going to join all of these. So that's like a single thing. And then I'm going to say pipe. Maybe mesh pipe, maybe normal pipe. For now, I'm going to say mesh pipe, and then I'm going to add those. I think in this case, I need to get the edge period, which is this, and I'm going to add all of the interior edges, and just make sure that all of these numbers are realistic. So right now, I want the radius to be 0.1, maybe like very thin, something like that, maybe even 0.05, something like manageable. And then I want the other ones, which are those, to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to say 0.1 for those, so they are a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to merge both this one and this one, and I'm going to simply bake. Yes, okay. And right now I should have something very interesting. Maybe I should bake this one also. I'm going to group it and make this blobby, so I understand that this is what I should bake, or maybe grab it somewhere here. So this is a birib, so I should grab it as a birib, and then I will understand that this is what I want to bake. and then I will bake this. Okay, and right now I should have something like this, which is not bad. I can simply, by the way, I can just increase something in here. So probably the tolerance is 0.1. Maybe I should make it 0.2. Probably, let me check. Yeah, I need this to be 0.05 and this one. So let's see. I feel like it's stiff. So if we, yes, we need to lower this, but yeah, I think for now 0.01 will be fine because I want it to be cracked a little bit, but not too much. So this is good. Bake, yes, okay. And after that, this is great. I can just simply assign some materials, and right now I'm going to assign the same exact materials. So I'm going to like show everything and move this to 50. And for now, I'm going to match this to the materials of these surfaces, something like this. And those also, I'm going to match those with maybe with this one right now. So it's just something very, very simple. And right now, I'm more than happy with the results for today. And I think I believe that we can add more and more and design more, and like it's endless at this point. But this is the final results. This was a very interesting experiment, and I'm interested to create more and more similar videos like this. So please like, share, and subscribe. And if you are interested to have any file from the series and help support my channel, you will find all the files on my Patreon shop. Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode.